My guest today is Chris Agiri. Chris Agiri is a vexicologist. Chris, you're welcome to the POLITY. I would like to remind our viewers that they can be part of this program by calling so that they can make the program conversational. Our line is displayed on your screen. Chris Agiri, you are a vexicologist. Many people will be wondering what is a vexicologist, because I've never come across that word.
Yeah, well, thank you very much. Good afternoon, viewers. Good to be here. As he said, vexillology. And vexillology has to do with, simply defined as the study, historical and scientific study of flags, F-L-A-G, national flag, green, white, green national flag.
Vexillology?
Yes, vexillology.
Okay.
Has to do with scientific and historical study of flags and related emblems. It seeks to understand the role that flags has played from the ancient to the contemporary period. One, why is it that from the ancient period, kingdoms, chiefdoms, empires, are monarchs, monarchical systems are identified by their its own unique symbol of identity. In the modern era, like the green, white, green Nigerian national flag. Why is it that 192 sovereign UN nations are identified by its own unique national flag? Designed, there's no two national flags that are exactly alike in the world.
Okay.
So, and then it seeks to, as a discipline, vexillology is a combination of history, politics, and culture. It is also like a mirror of history about a nation. Every nation's worldview is embedded in the design of its national flag.
Okay.
You see, like Islamic nations, you always see the sun and the moon, the crescent, and then with green and of course white combinations, and so on and so.
The American flag has 50 stars.
Yes, representing the
50
states. Yes, and it's the word of vexillology is a very important, very interesting word, and that is what can take you, can tour around the world in less than 30 minutes. Looking at the flag of flags.
I know the word vex.
Yes.
Which exists in the English lexicon, and I have not come across vexillology.
Vexillology.
Can you tell us the etymology of that word?
Well, the origin of it comes from the word vexillon,
okay,
which is a Greek word, and then meaning symbol, identity,
okay,
and so on and so forth. Those days.
Is it a Greek word or?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. It's a Latin word.
Latin
sorry,
word.
yes.
Okay, Latin.
It's a Latin word. So from where you derive the logy now is the study.
Okay.
It's a field that many are not popular in this part of the world.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, when the Flag Foundation of Nigeria, which is the platform that I run, applied to join the International Federation of Vexillological Association, which is the world umbrella body, they were excited to discover there are vexillologists from this part of the world. And of course, I came across vexillology and the course of studying philosophy. I studied philosophy.
Okay.
And then a flag is a symbol.
Yes.
A French philosopher known as Paul Ricoeur developed what he called, in the study of hermeneutics. Hermeneutics is the study of symbols. He said that, he went on to put that a symbol is an object with a double intentionality.
Okay.
An object with a dual meaning. If you look at our national flag, you can see the aesthetic aspect of the flag, then the hidden meaning, which is the ideology that it represents, the nation it represents, which why a flag is not just a piece of cloth. We say that a flag, like the national flag, is the strongest object of inspiration for any nation. If you see soldiers in the battlefield, on sighting their national flag, goes for the kill. Sportsmen and women in the field of sports, on sighting their national flag, they will redouble their effort to bring honor.
Some of them celebrate it.
Oh, of course, yes. Of course.
A very large piece of flag.
They do. So, unfortunately, we have a very poor flag culture in Nigeria. And that is why...
I was going to that.
Yes, that's why the Nigerian national flag, sorry to say, is the most abused national flag in the world by its own very citizens and institutions. Go around Abuja, go around the country. You see national flag displayed in a tattered, defaced, worn-out forms. It does not happen any other place in the world other than Nigeria. The national flag, we're not saying you should worship the national flag as an object of, but we should revere the flag, because everything about Nigeria, our cultural and religious diversities, our system of government, our worldview, our hopes for the future, our past, is embedded in that concept of the flag. A very interesting word. And of course, the Flag Foundation, under my headship, we've been going on to educate Nigerians about the flag, about the importance of the flag, even the national anthem. Like now we have the new national anthem, Nigerian, we heard it. Flag Foundation had been at the forefront of campaign for the restoration of that old national anthem, which is our new national anthem now, Nigeria, we heard it.
Yes.
Because the flag goes hand in hand with the national anthem.
Okay, tell us those hidden things you talked about in you gave it a passing mention that every flag has a hidden meaning. What are the hidden meanings of our flag? Green, white, green. Yes,
well, now, the original Nigerian national flag, designed by Maucauley Akinkunmi prior to independence, 1958-59. Akinkunmi was a student at the Nottingham College under the Western Nigerian Scholarship.
Yes.
So when I met him, I was asking him what inspired him. Though his original design had a white sun, I mean the red sun on the white sheet, a red sun on the white sheet. But the judges that looked at all the designs, altogether we had about 2,870 entries from across the world by Nigerians.
Okay.
And so they decided to delete that red sun on the white sheet. And so why? Their reason is that Nigerian independence was not without bloodshed, there was no bloodshed. So we don't need that. And then, Akinkunmi, what inspired you? He said then there was no much development in Lagos. When he boarded the plane going to England, he was sitting on the window side. Immediately the plane took off. He said he looked around, he could not, there was no buildings. What he saw was green.
Okay.
Everywhere was green. And then he looked up, was a white sky.
Okay.
That was what motivated him to do that. Of course, well, we came to believe that the green means, green stands for agriculture, white for peace and freedom. But beyond that, in vexillology, we found out that green as a secondary color, just beyond that, beyond being a sign of nature and green vegetation, good for agriculture and all that, green is a secondary color. Green is a symbol of life over death, a symbol of hope over despair.
Okay.
Now, which is where, this is June now. If you go to overseas now, summer is coming up now. They're entering summer now. Before summer, around January, February, you will not see any tree with green vegetation. Every tree looks dead.
Yeah.
Even the grasses are not, because of winter. Now that summer had come, you see that all the trees that were seemingly dead are now burdened with green vegetation. All the grasses are now growing with the green vegetation, which means it's a symbol of hope over despair, symbol of life over death. As a matter of fact, you look at how resilient Nigeria is as a nation. Oftentimes when we appear to have come to a state of principle, you will see that Nigerians will also buckle up, even in field of sports and football. And Nigeria has an unmatchable youthful energy. It's believed that 72% of our national population are below the age of 25. The greatest energy that God made available to mankind is embedded in the human person, resides in the youths. Just like you see, China has turned its youthful energy to productive use, you know, for national development and prosperity. Same with India. Nigeria is not succeeding in turning the youthful energy embedded because our government over time is failing in creating the enabling environment required for the youth to, you know, now to explore their God-given potentials, which is fully in us. So green, in other words, is also a sign of youth.
Okay.
It's a sign of youth, full of energy, full of life, which, if properly harnessed, will see our country, you know, turn to something. That dream Nigeria is embedded in the youth, the youthful energy that we have in abundance. That's why you look at Nigeria, in every field of human endeavor across the world, you see Nigerians making waves. These ones we are seeing here, all these youths you're talking, there's a lot in them that they can offer. So we use the national flag also to inspire hope. The national flag also is also a medium of communication.
Okay.
It's a medium of communication. It's been proven that the most singular object that can be used in inspiring, in motivating a people for a common action is the national flag. The sight of your national flag naturally inspires and motivates you. National flag as also a symbol of communication. Let's look at the linesman's flag in a football match. The linesman's flag, before the issue of VAR that has come up now, you have scored a goal, presumably a goal that will give you the World Cup goal, right? The linesman raises his flag. He will not utter a word. He raises his flag. As long as that flag is on, the referee is bound to come back to check. Thank God for technology. But outside that, if you have called your goal and the linesman raises his flag continuously like that, that goal will be cancelled. In other words, we use the national flag to communicate. We use the national flag to call and raise the attention of the citizens. And all along, a lot of programs that we've done in the Flag Foundation, including the small children.
Before we come to that, listening to you, you know, with rapt attention, I've come to the realization that our flag is enigmatic. It has hidden meaning.
Oh, yes.
The meaning is not tangible. It's not a meaning you can see and point at it to say, this is our meaning.
Yes.
Unlike what comes to my mind is the flags of other nations. You mentioned earlier the Islamic flag with the sickle, with you know, crescent moon. And then the Canadian flag has maple tree embedded in it in the middle. And then the American flag has 50 stars symbolizing, representing the 50 states of America. I've listened to people who say we have things that can be, you know, added or integrated in our flag to give us a tangible meaning, something you can point out to say, just like our Naira. You look at Naira, you see the face of former leaders and things like that. And they go further to say, American motto says, in God we trust. In Nigeria, our motto is unity, peace, and progress. But the reverse is unity and faith, peace and progress. There's no unity, we lack peace. I don't know, I can't say if we're progressing. What's your reaction to that?
Well, see, going some of those interpretations, the coat of arms is embedded with those other things I'm talking about. But the coat of arms is not the property of any Nigerian. It's the seal and symbol of government. But the national flag is the only property that is jointly owned by all Nigerians and government in equal capacity.
I saw a wry smile on your face when I mentioned the intangible
that's meaning. Right, of course, That is why, if we are talking about the national anthem, we promote, like the new national anthem now, what Flag Foundation is doing with the programs we have with school children, we don't discuss it in isolation. So it is, we discuss the new national anthem with the national flag. And thank God the second stanza has to do with the flag. Because the national flag, in as much as the anthem itself is intangible, the national flag gives life to it, because the tangibility of the national flag as an object you can hold and touch and feel. Right? Then also beyond that, the green, white, green, people have been talking about designing it and all that. A lot, they don't know, because what its true meaning is. It's been, according to Islamic scholars, green and white was the favorite color of Prophet Muhammad. Peace and blessings be unto him. Then, it is also the symbol of nature.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Everybody wants a smooth white sky. And then the green itself. Of course, the one you are showing now is not the Nigerian national flag.
Okay, with the coat of arms in the middle.
The flag with the coat of arms, this one showing, it's not the Nigerian national flag.
Exactly.
This is not, it has no place in our laws as a national flag. We said that's work of...
I think it's part of the abuse of the national flag, which you earlier mentioned.
Yes.
People just wake up and they just make additions to create aesthetics.
Yes, well, so the issue that there's an origin to that, probably we'll get into that.
Okay, we'll get to that.
But 2/3 of the colors of the national flags of the world, 2/3 of all the countries of the world and national flag has green or white embedded in them.
In them, okay.
If green and white is not good colors, there's no way it will be in their business. So Nigerians, let me do. The only thing is that because we lack that flag consciousness, and which is a problem of lack of orientation, lack of training, you know, on issues of national symbols, let's make do with our national flag as it is: green, white, green. Of course, peace is a serious business. So we don't have peace today, but man is the measure of all things that exist because man says it exists, according to Protagoras of Agiri, an ancient Greek philosopher.
The mathematician.
Yes. No, not that one.
Okay, not Pythagoras.
Yes, that one is Pythagoras. This is
Pythagoras.
Yes. Okay. So the point is that if there's peace lacking in Nigeria, whose duty is it to bring peace? Well, as in philosophy, we are told that the role of philosophers is to bring peace where there's trouble, to bring harmony where there's chaos, to discover the road, the path, the light, so that people will no longer be wallowing in darkness. You mentioned what is happening in Rivers State. Who are those causing the crisis? It is Nigerians. It is politicians that do that. Who are those that will restore it? It's also Nigerians. So, and that is why I always give this analogy. Look at the federal capital city of Abuja, a city of now glory and splendor, the fastest growing city in Africa. What was Abuja like 50 years ago in philosophy of social change? 50 years ago, what was Abuja like? A forgotten, you know, semi-forest, semi-savanna land, mostly uninhabited by the Waris. But look at what Abuja is today. What made Abuja what it is the creation of man. When we say man is the measure of all things, that is what it implies. If a society has gone wrong, like according to Thomas Hobbes, he told us life in the state of nature was nasty, brutal, survival of the fittest. Short. It took man, by application of reason, to begin to say, no, we can't be killing ourselves. Those days was farming. Farm this area. Let me farm this area. Let's not stop. Let's stop killing ourselves. So when we say society is an evolutionary process that involves, it is man that has made it so. Today we are talking about the tripartite system of government. The legislature, the executive, and judiciary. That is the philosophy of John Locke. John Locke, you know, an American, a British-American philosopher that articulated it, and it is what is running today. So that the legislature makes laws, the executive executes it, the judiciary comes as a middleman, interprets, and where there's conflict, as it's always there sometime between the legislature and the executive, the judiciary comes in as a middleman. In other words, what will become of Nigerian society going forward from now is the product of man's thinking, man's commitment, man's vision, man's imaginary view of a Nigeria, of our dream. That Nigeria of our dream will not emerge until we dedicate ourselves to say, look, this is the kind of society we want ourselves. This is the kind of society which we bring to bear. That is why the other day I was, 7 days ago, I was in FRC and Politics Nationwide. I said the president who campaigned, now he has the opportunity. He should tell us the direction to go.
Okay.
And then, you know, motivate, carry Nigerians along towards that direction.
Now, Chris Agiri, you've earlier mentioned, you started this conversation by saying our flag is the most abused symbol across the world.
Yes.
Now, many Nigerians have this penchant of adding something to the Nigerian flag, perhaps because to give it, to step up the aesthetics of the flag, like the one we just saw, our producer rolled with a coat of arms in the middle.
Yes.
And then some use materials that are not in tandem with what flag should be.
Yeah.
And then the last one, some are even confused. Many Nigerians have been confused whether the two colors, you know, the white in the middle of two greens, whether it's supposed to be vertical or horizontal. In the first place, how did we get to the point of making additions to our flag?
Yeah, so now.
And some people hoist this flag and abandon it to the vagaries of the weather.
That's it.
And then it gets torn, it gets, you know, distorted, and they don't even remember to replace it. To replace it.
Yeah.
So how would
that is lack of national consciousness, lack of patriotism.
Okay.
First, we discovered that was it then the Ministry of Interior?
Okay.
That is the agency of government saddled with a responsibility then on the flag protocol usage. And so the ministry then.
So this is
yes.
Okay.
Okay, this is the right Nigerian national flag.
Okay. So this is vertical or horizontal?
Well,
this is horizontal.
This is horizontal, and that is how the flag is designed to be. That is how
not
it is
green above and green below.
No.
Okay.
It's not. That is how the Nigerian
to use Nigerian balance, it should be standing.
It should be standing, and that is just it.
Okay.
So then, the Ministry of Labour officials then, by policy, decided to think around what they call, in case they want to create a special flag. That's why they toyed the idea of embedding the coat of arms in the white shade, in case they want a special flag. Initially, they were calling it a presidential flag.
Presidential flag, okay.
Presidential flag, but then that was just the policy of the ministry. It has no room in the law.
Okay.
The Nigerian national flag is governed by the what they then call the Flag and Coat of Arms Ordinance 48 of September 16th, 1960.
Okay.
When that's why Flag Foundation celebrates 16th of September every year as Nigerian National Flag Day and Flag Week.
Okay.
And so that was the day the act was passed into law and ascended to by the House of Representatives sitting in Lagos, presided over by the late Dr. Jaja Wachuku, you know, who was the Speaker of the House of Representatives. And so, over time, just for purposes that I can't say, you find out people who are producing more flags with coat of arms. To the extent that when we get to, I remember a program with small school children, we'll give them flags, the green, white, green, the type you showed. And a child of about 5 years were arguing. I said, no, my auntie said this is the flag, not this. You see that kind of, you know, aberration and improper orientation of the children at that age. And so, and this is what Flag Foundation has been trying to correct. And of course, as a private initiative, as a non-governmental organization, we have our limits because of funding. And then the other aspect of people flying it instead of the right way, they get it the other way, turn around. That is still lack of proper flag education. And over time, we'll overcome that. Then the issue of the abuse is lack of that nationalistic consciousness. The national flag, where every Nigerian is supposed to be emotionally attached to it, that as a symbol of the country, as Nigeria that you can hold and touch, you are supposed to honor it, you are supposed to dignify it, that if you host it and find out that it is fading up, you are supposed to change it. You don't allow an outsider to notice. As a matter of fact, 2011, we proposed for a stiffer penalty of a head of an agency, like in this place now.
Yes.
If you get outside where you fly their flag, if you find out if the flag there is torn and tattered, whoever is in charge should be prosecuted and jailed. And then the original act prescribes 100 naira fine, equivalent of today's 100 naira fine, if the flag is torn and you did not remove it. And then times the number of days. No, we're saying there should be stiffer penalties. As a matter of fact, there was an American in New Orleans, an American soldier, for reasons best known to him, opened fire on the American flag.
Okay.
He was on duty, he opened fire and fired on the American flag, pieces the flag. He was arrested by the American armed forces, tried for treason, and was executed for firing on the flag. The average American is inspired by its national flag. It didn't just start. It is what they call through the theory of deliberate indoctrination, where at that impressionable age of 2 years, the average American child, the first color separation, color impression that gets into his subconscious is that color of American national flag. As at that time they are trying to form their distance, at the time their informations are getting into their subconscious, American flag is being shown to them. That is the color that the child assimilates, internalizes. That's why on seeing their national flag, it inspires them. If you want to hunt the average American, if you want to hurt his feelings,
the American flag.
Yes, burn their flag.
Okay.
If you look at what is happening in the Middle East, the Palestinians and other parts of the world, once they get angry with America, what do? They burn their flag.
Yes.
And the average American will get so angry and almost go to war. So I crave the indulgence of Nigerians. Thank God for the new national anthem, which has in the second stanza, it said that our flag shall be a symbol that truth and justice reign.
We have a new national anthem,
yes,
which is a reversal to the old one.
Yes, and this is anthem.
I hope we're not going to have a reversal to.
No, those ones are not that. Well, you see, about this anthem, no matter what people are saying, yes, it's not going to bring down the price of fuel.
Yes.
It's not going to add food on your table. One, Nigeria had a very poor national orientation, very poor patriotic education. Americans were not just patriotic as such. They were taught from early age
to
love America, yes, to love America, to be willing, able, and ready to give their best to America. It's not that America is a heaven for all, but the citizens who have been indoctrinated, that's why you can proudly say, look, I'm an American.
And they have American dream.
Oh yeah, they have American dream.
What is our Nigerian dream?
Well, this is why Nigeria, first, is a land of promise. Because everything you can think of is embedded here.
Yes.
Some of the things we've gone on to, actually bring to bear is toiling with the idea of the Nigerian dream. Nigeria is the largest black nation in the world, and it's also been noted that 2 out of every 5 Africans is a Nigerian. Of course, Nigeria is also positioned naturally to lead Africa and lead the black race. So all these fumblings of our systems and all that, today we are the world poverty capital, is a disappointment. As a matter of fact, the world, friends of Nigeria, the blacks all over the world are getting disappointed with what is happening in Nigeria. And that is why we must rededicate ourselves, which is what this anthem, we know the negative effects of religious division, tribal, cultural divisions, all that. That is why the new national anthem is designed to address those issues. Yes, it has just come up. Relax. Over time, in the next 1-2 years, every Nigerian will naturally get himself attached, emotionally attached through what we are doing to the new national anthem. And well, that's why I say, and the national flag. Don't just learn to sing the national anthem, the new national anthem. Learn it and live it. Learn it and live it. Let the wardens become embedded in you.
In you.
Let it be like, as a Christian, say, our Father who art in heaven.
Yes.
If you talk about the Muslim, they say, Allahu Akbar.
Okay.
That's why we said, it's unfortunate that when the national anthem is going on, you see people walking
around. Yeah.
No. It's not designed to be so. It's a national worship.
It is.
When you are going to the mosque, you comport yourself.
It is a common habit in Nigeria.
Yes. When you are going to the church, you comport yourself. Why would you not take serious when the national anthem is going on? Because there were no proper education, orientation, implanted in our subconscious.
Well, so much about our national flag, and talking with Chris Agiri, a vexillologist. Vexillologists are people who speak the language of flags, according to him. Now, there is a news report that has dominated the conversation today, from yesterday, and that has to do with the governor of Rivers State, Governor Siminalayi Fubara, with 23, I'll call them ex-local government chairman, because the governor has just sworn in a caretaker committee. We're going to take a short break. When we return, we're going to delve into that conversation with Chris Agiri, vexillologist, still in the studio. Please stay with us.
It is not a call that will make you see yourself as a superhuman, but an opportunity for you to protect the interests of your people, and to also make us proud at this critical time that our decisions is not a mistake. So I thank and congratulate you. Let me also say this. What is happening here now is a defense of democracy. We will not allow a wrong precedent to be created in this country. It is not about Rivers State, it's not about Fubara. But if in any way this attempt of tenure elongation succeeds in Rivers State, it becomes a norm in Nigeria. So we have taken it upon ourselves to say, not within our own watch, that it will not happen, because it is completely alien to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So for those people who are saying the only reason why we want to continue to be in the office is because elections are not conducted, we have more than 85% of the states in Nigeria that are being run by caretaker. Ours is different. You have your tenure. You have completed your tenure. It is proper. You let go. And life doesn't create vacuum. If you're not there again, doesn't mean, if your tenure has expired, doesn't mean I should say because I want to please you, I will allow you. No, it doesn't happen anywhere. People must take over, manage the affair, and elections be conducted.
You're welcome back, and you are just joining us. This is the POLITY, a program that focuses on everything political from Nigeria and other parts of the world. My name is still Maucauley, Hunohashi. It has not changed. And still with me in the studio is Chris Agiri. Chris Agiri is a vexillologist, people who speak the language of flags, and we've been discussing about flags now. Agiri, you are a Nigerian, you're also a philosopher, you also monitor political events as they unfold across the country and globally. Now, the dominant story in the news media as of yesterday and today is the unfolding political debacle between Governor Fubara, the current governor of Rivers State, and the erstwhile governor, who is now the current minister of the Federal Capital Territory. And the latest in the news is the the tenure of the 23 local government chairmen just got ended on the 17th, and they were said to have refused to vacate office. And then the governor went ahead to constitute a caretaker committee, and they have been sworn in today. What's your reaction to the unfolding events?
Yeah, very simple. Everybody should call his or herself to order. That we don't operate as if we're a nation without laws. The constitutional provisions are clear. And so for people to get to the extent of taking laws into their hands, as we were seeing yesterday, is not healthy at all. Not healthy to the democratic development. And so who are those causing these problems? Is the politicians. And let me also use this medium to please strongly advise the average Nigerian politician holding or occupying public office must know that power is transient. You only be there for a certain number of years, and you become sooner than later an ordinary citizen. So, and posterity will judge your performance. And so, in all these things, who are those suffering? The Rivers people. Are they getting the due dividends of democracy with all the monies available? Is the governor concentrating, in coming out with governance programs that will improve the living standard of Rivers people? Now, we have 2 houses of assembly, the 25-member and the other 3 or 4.
Yes.
I heard the governor talk about tenure elongation, the 6 months extended to these people, the guys whose tenure expired on the 17th, and that's a law made by the 25-member house.
Yes.
The governor did not sign it; they vetoed him.
Yes.
And that's what they want to enforce. Well, the House of Assembly makes laws for the local government.
Yes.
But under the circumstance through which these laws were made, is it just?
Is it fair?
Is it fair?
Is it justifiable?
Is it justifiable? Why going to that extent when there are provisions for at least what we have come to know as transitional chairman, which is what they've been running? You have states like Anambra. I've never had local government election for the past 18 years. So many other states like that. Or then holding local government elections as their terms were expiring. Under the political atmosphere in Rivers State, is it tenable? Is it conducive enough to hold a local government election to replace these ones? And of course, nature abhors vacuum. How the governor has submitted names and they've been cleared, and now they've been sworn in today. In all these things, I crave the indulgence of the Honorable Minister of FCT, His Excellency Yeson Wike. I crave the indulgence of the sitting governor of Rivers State, Fubara himself, as well as the House of Assembly members. It's high time they call themselves to order. One, nobody has monopoly of violence. Rivers State is also a strategic state in Nigeria because Studoye comes from there. And then you don't have much to show. I'm sorry to say that. For the past 25 years, with all the monies accrued to Rivers State, there was a time they were receiving about 35 billion when money was money. If you go to Rivers State, forget the flyovers and all that. There isn't much to show that this amount of money. Of course, they are not alone. Most of other states are there. So in other words, we must, as a matter of necessity, halt this aberration that's going on in Rivers State. Or else, well, the cases are in courts. One is in appeal court. So until the courts decide, whatever is the status quo, let it remain.
Let it remain.
That's my take on that. And then, well, we've seen Rivers State where cultists are lots. The ex-militants are lots. A lot of young people that what fetches you a position is how abhorrent you can be, how nasty, how unlawful you can be. Those are the ones that's what fetches you the next position. That should not be. That's not a way of empowering the youth. And then when two elephants fight, as they are fighting now, the grass suffer. The people of River State are not better off. They are not better off in all these things. And so it must stop under every circumstance. If it continues, if not the cases in the court, the National Assembly, if it becomes necessary, should take over the River State House of Assembly and preside over its affairs. But because the matters in court is not much in there, but then allow the matters to be decided, other than this state of anarchy that is unfolding in River State. It's not healthy for our politics. It's not healthy for our democracy. It's not in the best interest of the masses of River State, who are, with talk of so much money available. These monies are just shared, and then with nothing to show that roads. Unfortunately, in the 1 year anniversary of states and all that, all you hear about road. Yes, in as much as roads are important, man shall not live by road alone.
Yeah.
Man shall not live by road alone. They should come up with programs and policies that would positively impact on the life of the people whom they are elected to lead, other than all these disjointed things that we're not seeing.
Now there's serious tension in River State, coming from the two sides of the divide, which prompted the governor to convene an emergency security meeting.
Yes,
and I've listened to analysts who say, if the crisis persists and becomes unbearable, snowballing into a bigger crisis, there could be state of emergency. What do you think?
There are those who...
Sorry, let me hold. Yeah. We have a caller.
Okay.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You're on to the POLITY.
Thank you, sir.
Please, what's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Gabriel calling from Benue State.
Gabriel from Benue State, you're on. Please make your comments.
I want to really appreciate what you people are doing.
Thank you.
And the situation in River State, I wish the Honorable Minister will understand that they have done 8 years as a governor, and he should honorably allow the sitting governor to govern the state.
Okay.
It's very wrong for him to be in Abuja and at the same time interfering in the affair of the state. Very, very wrong. That is not democracy.
Okay.
And secondly, I wish the INEC also, in the next election, anybody vying for the seat of the president and possibly governor, we shouldn't be accepting as at this level of our democracy. Anybody vying for such a position should be able to present his or her certificate original, and if you cannot present it, you go back to the school where you finished from, and there is gazette there which will be presented to you. INEC and some of these people shouldn't be deceiving us, because we know what is happening. Thank you very much, sir, and the Lord bless you.
Thank you, Gabriel from Benue State. Mr. Chris, you have heard him. He advised Governor Fubara and also gave an advice to INEC concerning any subsequent election that people must be asked to present their certificates.
I don't know how.
Why did you chuckle?
Well, I thought the presenters certificate were cleared.
Yeah, they were cleared.
But then, the last month we had an interactive session, CSOs with INEC chairman. The issue of River State came up.
Okay.
INEC is bound to obey court orders.
Yes.
Not until those cases have been adjudicated and final decision, INEC will not conduct election. With the 25 that decamped, they created a vacuum.
Yes.
Well, in as much as the last court judgment said otherwise, but they've gone on appeal court, and they can't do much until the cases are decided. And I bet those cases are going to get to Supreme Court. And then, like earlier, last week, I was also in the news in NTA. I praised His Excellency Yesom Wike, as Governor of FCT.
Okay, you will continue on that.
The roads, yes.
You will continue on that thought. Just hold it. Hello, good afternoon. Yeah, on to the POLITY. Good afternoon. We can hear you loud and clear. I can hear you very well. You're not audible.
I'm from the hotel calling from Benue State.
Okay, Sunday from Benue State. You seem to have callers from Benue State. Go ahead with your comments.
Sir, what I want to say about what is happening in Rivers State.
Yes.
The governor has all the power to do whatever he wants to do.
Okay.
But the issue of what Wike is doing, even all over Nigeria, people are against him because he feel that he's fallen off. And that kills the politics. Even when the former governor were there, that is what happened. The same thing happened to them too. With them too. And he overpowered them. So all these things that he's doing, he thinks that he can overpower the governor. He cannot. Because all the power is with the governor now. The governor has everything to do. Okay, with what he did yesterday, he dissolved the local government, and also today he constituted the new one. Okay. So can we have something to do as a minister of FCP? So my advice now is, let's just look on what we can do to develop Rivers State. Okay. So that you, as a head of affairs, if you can advise him on what to do, let him just lay down his hands so that he advise the governor on what to do, so that the Rivers State should develop, not fighting with the governor of the state. Thank you. That is what I have to say.
Thank you, Sunday from Benue State. Both callers were talking about the need for peace.
And that's what, and that's what we are calling for. Okay. The need for peace.
Now, let me ask you, Chris. This seems to be, the fight over control for the structure of the party. I will continue with that question after this caller.
Okay.
Hello. Good afternoon. You're welcome to the POLITY.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Maucauley, State.
What's your name?
Mr. Rondam, I'm calling from Maucauley, State.
Mr. Rondam.
Eronto, Abba, State.
Eronto, okay.
Eronto.
Yeah.
Eronto, okay.
It's my pleasure to join you.
Thank you.
Okay. You see, I think that Fubara was in a hurry to start this fight.
Okay.
I still think that Wike would have concentrated so much at his present duty, because from the initial, he said that his structure was being destroyed in River State. That was his contention. But as it moves now, the structures cannot stand while this fight is going on.
Okay.
These chairmen are structures from the look of things. But there's no way illegality must continue, because there's no way those chairmen must overstay their tenure. They must go.
Okay.
It's constitutional. I think that best thing is this. If he should back down, let the governor do his job, so that this will run. Like everybody saying, the grass must suffer. River State cannot move on under this condition.
Okay.
I think it's time. Even the presidency should overlook what the court has said. As far as the federal FCT minister is working on that.
Okay.
He should let him run his state, so that the country must move forward.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Oronto from Abia State. While the first two callers were talking about peace and things like that, the last caller did talk about fight over structure. From your own perspective, is it a fight over structure?
Fight over
because
structure.
The fight reared its head exactly 3 months after the current governor took over from Wike.
Well, you and I cannot say specifically what was the cause of that. We heard about agreements. Nobody knew what that agreement was.
Yes.
I've heard Wike cry so much about betrayal, ingratitude.
Okay.
Yeah. Talked about betrayal and ingratitude on the side of the governor. Of course, the fight started early. Whatever disagreement, we wouldn't say fight. But here you are, everybody is calling Wike. All those other people in Rivers, they are all entities.
Okay.
They're all human beings.
They're human beings.
Equal to
let's take this call. Hello, you're welcome to the POLITY.
Hello?
You're welcome to the POLITY. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Yeah, I'm Adebola.
Adebola, you're welcome.
I'm calling from Lagos.
From Lagos. Okay, go ahead with your comment.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, concerning this river state,
Yes.
Ubara, you have to go on. What's it called? Because he was confining with Wiki, what they are dragging. I think in FCT, Wiki faces is just there. So Ubara too, we have to carry on. That's what I just want to.
Okay.
Because River State is just trouble all over the River State. It's not good like that.
Okay, it's not good.
We have to carry on.
Thank you, Adebola. Thanks for calling. Okay, you were...
Yeah, so they are all entities.
Okay.
They are human beings equal to any other person. Educated people. I remember one of the local government chairmen was a PhD in law.
Yeah.
So they understand the position of law. What is it is that it's a struggle for survival.
Yeah.
It is the struggle for the largesse.
largesse.
That is just that's the issue. Because once you get in, you begin to appropriate and reappropriate at your own whims and caprices.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Hello? Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Okay, this is the Polity. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Hassan. I'm calling from Benue State.
Hassan, Benue State. Okay, you're on. Make your contribution.
Yes, the river crisis. I am in support of Fubara.
You're in support of Fubara. Why? What's your reason?
The kind of resistance is looking against I don't love it.
You love it?
We don't want to invest a road over river. As Lagos, close to Chicago and the like. It cannot happen in River State.
Turn down the volume of your television set. Turn down the volume of your television set as you make your comments.
How about now?
No, you're loud and clear. You're okay. Go ahead.
The way the document in Benue State take control, that is
Alia. It's okay. We lost that caller. He was talking about his certain example. Okay, another caller. Hello? Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, what's your name and where are you calling from?
Please, I want to make my own contribution.
Yes, tell us your name first of all and make your comment. Where are you calling from?
Amaka from Lagos.
Amaka from Lagos. Go ahead.
Okay, should I talk now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Am I connected?
You're connected, ma. Go ahead, ma.
All right. Please, my own contribution to what is going on in River State
Yes.
is that I do not want to go direct to what is happening this moment, but I want to go direct to the root cause of the problem we have in this country.
Okay.
It is godfatherism problem. And
Okay.
people are considering that Wike brought Fubara and they are supporting, why didn't he, why is he not loyal to him?
Okay.
But what I want to say about godfatherism, the root cause of godfatherism is because the people that are ruling us have their own protection. They give them immunity that make them to behave anyhow they like and eat anything they like and nobody will touch them. And when they are going out, they will find their people to put in place.
Okay.
And when you find out that the person you put there is no more dancing to your tune, you begin to fight the person back. So
Okay.
if we want to deal with all these things, all this corruption, the root of corruption is the immunity given to the leaders, the politicians, should be removed. When they remove the immunity, whatever you do, they take you to court. That's number one. Number two, we also how the past president joined all the three arms of government, make them once into his own plan. And now the successor is doing the same thing. Why should they be buying SUVs for the another arm of government, judges. That is another arm of the government.
Yeah.
Why are they placing the judiciary under their control? Then when if they can separate, according to the government, how government should be, they separate the three arms of government, then remove the immunity given to them,
Yes.
then they will be afraid of looting the country. That is one. Number two, I want to talk, please. This might be off the line, what we are talking about.
Go ahead.
That we are suffering today because the money the politicians are packing 20-something million in a day, in a month, is not in circulation in Nigeria.
Okay.
They are moving them outside the country, and we are suffering here. And they are talking of opening border. To open border is good, but what of the food basket of the nation? Those that are farmers that are now in the IDP camp. Why is the president not talking about it? Why is the government not talking about it? Return the IDP camp and people back to their homes so that they can cultivate and give us organic food that we are producing in this country, and we will be healthy.
Thank you,
What we
Amaka.
are going to bring in from outside is not organic for us.
Thank you, Amaka.
Thank you very much.
Chris, Agiri, you have listened to Amaka, the last caller.
Yes.
Can you react to that?
Amaka hit the nail by the head when he talks about IDP. In Benue State, in Plateau State,
Yes.
in
Borno
these
State.
these two states,
These two states, yeah.
over 1.5 million Nigerians, some for 5, 6, 7, 8 years, have been living in IDP camps.
In just these two states.
Yes, displaced from their villages. These are the people that cultivate the food that we eat in Nigeria. Today we're talking about food insecurity, scarcity of food, high cost of food items. Why wouldn't there be high cost of food when food is in short supply? So the president must, by every means possible. That's why he's the leader. I'm sure that enough security is provided for. How can Nigerians be refugees in their own land? The issue of northeast proper, where you have Boko Haram,
Yes.
is a different ballgame. What about the north central, Benue State and Plateau State? How can people be driven away from their ancestral homes and now they're in IDP camps and they can no longer farm? They will be dependent. No. That's a moral evil.
They have become destitute in their
own land.
For no fault of theirs.
Yes. It's not that there's a war. In as much as we are pretending, there has been sort of war in Nigeria.
Yeah.
We're in the state of war. Then look at the issue of Zamfara State and Katsina State. And then Niger State and Kaduna State. Sokoto State.
And Niger and Kaduna states are contiguous to the FCT.
Yes.
Very, very close.
Yes.
They are gateways to the seat of power.
Yes. And these are where foods are produced. They can no longer produce food because of bandits. As a matter of fact, the other day while I was on air and I said, look, who are the number of these criminals and bandits and whatever? Are they up to 5%? The government must galvanize, mobilize, sensitize the people to take their destinies to their own hands. That is where government is failing. In mobilizing the people, in communicating to the people. Say, look, this is where we find ourselves. Everybody must wake up and defend our land from the enemies from within and enemies from without. I bet you, the food insecurity, how is it going to abate when people can no longer, as we're talking, go to farms? I watched on the news on Saturday, Katsina State, where a vast area where they're supposed to, be farming, nobody is there. They interviewed them, said they only farm within their localities because the bandits cannot allow them to go. I said this, the first time I went to Malumfashi in Katsina State, I was like a baby. I saw over 50 trailers, long trailers, their height, packed with food items coming to the Lagos, coming to the south, tomatoes, carrots, onion, beans, maize. Today, such things are no longer there. And here we're crying. And food is not luxury. You cannot live as a human being without food. You can't live as a human being without food. So what are we doing? As a polity, as a sovereignty, as a nation, with constituted leadership and authority, the Nigerian political leadership, as far as I'm concerned, is not doing enough in getting the people wake up to defend their fatherland.
Let's take our last caller. Yeah, welcome. This is the Polity.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from? And please, after that, make your comments very, very brief.
Okay, calling from Oshogudu in Agatu, Benue State.
What's your name?
Okay, calling from Oshogudu in Agatu, Benue State.
Okay, Agatu.
Yes. Sir, first of all, I want to thank your invited guest.
Thank you.
Chris Agiri.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Because I like the way the man was explains so many things.
Yeah.
Most especially my contribution concerning the River State.
Okay.
They are fighting because of the structure. And another way around again, we in Benue State, we are the food basket of the nation.
Yeah, he said so.
Because we farm so many things, precious of food.
Okay.
Like my Oga Chris said, in Benue State today, because of insecurity, people can no longer go to their farms.
Okay, we're rounding up. Make it very, very brief.
Okay, sorry, sir. So
Thank
they
you.
are no longer going to their farm. And so that makes us not to farm again. Even right now, I'm talking to you, even in Agatu local government,
Yes.
we cannot go to farm because of Fulani and insecurity of it.
Yeah, thank you.
So we need government to do something about that. Thank you so much.
Thanks for calling Otei. Chris Agiri, we have so much to talk about, but unfortunately, time is not our friend at this juncture. So I would like to thank our numerous viewers that stayed glued to their television set to be a part of this conversation, especially our callers, Gabriel from Benue State, Sunday also from Benue State, Eronto from Abia, Adebola from Lagos, and then Hassan, who also called from Benue State, as well as Amaka, who called all the way from Lagos, and we talked about godfatherism, and Otei Agatu, who called from Agatu in Benue State. Benue State seems to have dominated the league of callers today. I thank you very much for taking our time to call, but most profoundly, I would like to thank especially our guest who has been with me in the studio, Chris Agiri, who is a vexillologist. These are people who speak flag, not in the language of flag, is what they speak. On behalf of our producer, Ruben Okala, and the entire production team that made this program possible, my name is Maucauley Hunohashi, saying do have a lovely evening rest and bye-bye.